A common way of expressing solution concentration is through mass percent. We often see this in retail products. For example, when you go into the local pharmacy or store, you might buy hydrogen peroxide. Okay, a bottle of hydrogen peroxide from the pharmacy, and you'll notice that it's a 3% solution. It'll often say 3% on it. Or you'll buy some rubbing alcohol, and there in the pharmacy, the rubbing alcohol, you'll often see on the label, it'll say 50%, or it might be a little more potent, a little bit more concentrated. It might say 70% rubbing alcohol. It's giving you a mass percent value. Well, how we determine these percentages is by using a simple formula where the mass percent of a solution is equal to the grams of solute. Okay, the grams of the solute. Remember that solute is the substance that is dissolving. Grams of solute divided by the grams of solution. Okay, this is the total grams of solution. Okay, and then we just normally multiply by 100 so that we can put the percentage mark on it. So, for example, in this hydrogen peroxide solution, when we see it labeled at 3%, that's just telling us that, for example, there's 3 grams of hydrogen peroxide dissolved in a total of 100 grams of that solution, okay? So this is the total mass of the solution, and this is just the individual grams of solute that's dissolving. So if we had, for example, 20 grams of, let's say, sodium chloride salt, okay, and that was dissolved in a total of 500 grams of solution. Okay, so we mix it into some water, stir it up, let it dissolve, and the total mass of the solution is 500 grams. Then our mass percent for this salt water solution would then just be 20 grams divided by the 500 grams, because this is the solute, divided by the total mass of solution. And then we would just multiply by 100 for the percentage marker is what we would have. So we would have 20 divided by 500, and that comes out to be 0.04. And then we multiply by 100 so we can have the percentage marker, and we would have what we would say is a 4% salt water solution. So you will see mass percent to describe solution concentration on quite a few household products. Start looking on household cleaners like your laundry, bleach, these pharmaceutical products. You see it on other consumer products like toothpaste and mouthwashes. You'll see mass percentages really common on consumer products as a way of describing the concentration level of solute in a solution.